Tricia Van Haren, collaborative family law attorney and mediator. Many people come to my office when they're considering getting married to discuss premarital agreements. This video will give you important information about premarital agreements and why you may want to consider one. California is a community property state, which means that all income and assets accumulated during the marriage are considered to be community income and community assets. It also means that all debt is considered to be community debt. A premarital agreement can make provisions that the income of the spouses will remain separate property and can also set forth which assets will be separate property and who will be responsible for debts that are incurred during the marriage by either spouse. If you're thinking about marriage, it's important to protect yourself and your assets to help reduce the chance of resentment within the marriage and to give both parties an equal say in their relationship. It often makes sense to have a premarital agreement. All marriages will eventually come to an end, either through divorce or hopefully by the death of one of the spouses after a long-lasting marriage of happiness. A premarital agreement does not mean that there is an intention to divorce, and it's usually done to contemplate staying married. The premarital agreement is entered into prior to the marriage between the parties. The purpose is to determine how much support, maintenance, and expenses a spouse may incur when they enter into the marriage-based contract without the other party's written prior approval. And each state has their own process for creating and signing a premarital agreement. Sometimes one partner earns more money than the other. In such cases, the high-earning partner may use their income to support their spouse after marriage or if they get a divorce. This is often known as spousal support, maintenance, or alimony. Premarital agreements can set forth expectations as to what the support amount may be or provide time limits to support. If a spouse does not want to pay support in the event of a divorce, and if something happens during the marriage, your premarital agreement can provide for waivers of that support. Here's some reasons why you may want to get a premarital agreement. When marriage is your goal and you and your spouse intend to live life in your marriage, it should be simple, focused on the issues that you may confront as a married couple, such as how much money you'll spend on each other's bills, whether either of you will pay for medical expenses for the parties, if you're going to contribute support to children from a prior marriage. If one of you has a problem that affects the other directly or indirectly, possibly finances or child support issues with the former spouse, having an agreement in place can protect your spouse from legal actions that are brought on by third parties. Well, it's hard to predict what may happen in the future. Some couples want to ensure that the separate property will go to their children upon death, should something happen to them. A prenuptial agreement can set forth what assets are considered to be separate property and what assets are considered to be community property. When someone owns a business, particularly when there are other partners in that business, the business may require that they enter into a prenuptial agreement before getting married, at least pertaining to the business interest, in order to protect that business in the event of the divorce or death of the owner's spouse. We usually recommend that you work with your estate planning attorney at the time you're working to prepare your premarital agreement so that you can set forth whether or not you wish to provide for your spouse through either life insurance or a living trust. If you have any questions about premarital agreements, shoot me over an email or give me a call. I look forward to working with you.